All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of the Recipe App Builder series thing, Words in Adalo. Welcome and hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day. So in the last video, we kind of started building out some of the database. We added some categories and some recipes to it. We're going to dig deeper in today. We also added this instructions database collection, which we have not used just yet. We also need to make another one for ingredients. So there's a few things that we want to do. We want to be able to, whenever we click on this collection, let me zoom in. You guys are like way out in space. Like, what are we clicking on? The categories, horizontal card list. When you click on that, we want to go to a new page. Let's do that now. Let's get the thing built. Let's just move on, Goodish. We're doing it. We're going to do this. We're going to do probably a list. We can use one of these. We've done these before. I think in the last video we did it. A card list. Recipes from category. Because I'll show you. And I just sticks it over here, right? Yeah. So recipes from category when any of these are clicked. That's our action. That's it. Just recipes from category. And then send this data to recipes from category, which is a page we just made. Send the current category information in the database. So now we have access to that over here, which is really, really neat. So let's go ahead and let's do something cool here. Let's go recipes for, we should be able to do this. Current category's name. So yeah, show recipes for this category. And then up here, we can also do this as well. Category name. Yeah, we can do this. Title. We can do kind of the same thing up here. We can go recipes. Or no. We'll call this category because that's the parent. We'll call it, I guess, category, current category's name. So say category steaks, and it'll show recipes for steaks. So this will be recipes for steaks. Yeah, cool. So let's start building this out. You guys know the drill here. Let's just immediately come to the image. Let's go ahead and make this square. And then what do we want to do? We want a card list. What is this a list of? Well, we want it to be a list of recipes, but we want it to be filtered down to the current category recipes. You guys with me? It's pretty straightforward, not too shabby. And then we're going to do another action here. So when a card is clicked, we're going to go into recipe details for this. We're going to build that a little bit later. But for nowsies, let's do this. Let's make this just a little bit bigger, a little bit of styling bits. 13 is quite small. Let's maybe do 17. I don't even know. It doesn't really matter, you guys. But something I like to do is kind of come over here and line these things up. Just for screen navigation, you know what I mean? Well, that was completely not correct. Also known as wrong. So let's do that. I kind of wish there was like, whatever. We'll do that. I wish there's like a way to like snap across. I have found myself sometimes doing this where I'll come in here to simple and taking a line and doing it like this, which is kind of funny. Technically it works, but let's move that up one. You can take that line, which is, oh, God help us. Okay, all right, right there. Nailed it. We can move this guy up just a little bit. Shift arrows, move stuff up. All recipes. This is all recipes up here. We can actually move that up even further, which just renders what we just did useless. Doesn't really matter. So now, on the recipe list here, we need to clean this up a little bit. So now this is recipe. So we're going to be looking at recipe name. We're also going to be looking at the recipe category, which is going to be right there. The image should already be recipe image. And then the body is just turn it off. We could duplicate this right here. Probably not a bad idea, but and just change the source. But we're just gonna build it out here because I like doing things the hard, long way. So anyway, let's go ahead and do what are we looking at here? Card styles. I think we had 5. And you guys can do, I mean, we can do all this, like, however you want to do it. Shadows, keep it default. Shadow, there. And then there is something, what is it? Card styles, is that not it? Maybe card list, layout, grid. So they're all the same, equal height. Nice. I should be able to click on this, and this should take us now to recipes from category, which is this screen, and just show the associated recipes. Let's try it. Let's go ahead and delete this real quick. Fingers crossed, you guys. Here we go. So now these guys are clickable. They have the finger icon on there. Let's go ahead and click steaks. And we should be category steaks, recipes for steaks. Oh my gosh, we've done it. Steaks. Like I said, we could do like under the category or under the recipes, we could have like some basic nutrition facts and stuff right there. But first, real quick, I did notice we need to go ahead and do left icon. This is where you guys can kind of choose what you want to do. If we go back, we're just going to go back to the home page because that was the last visited page. But there are going to be some situations where maybe if we click on a category name in here, it takes us to this page too, and in which case back would take us back there when really you want to go back here. So I don't really know. It'd be good for the user to, I think for now, I just said all that. I think for now we'll just keep it back. And then let's do this real quick because this is really cool. We can come here to this bottom navigation and let's just hold down Alt and click and drag and let's just stick it right, right? Very, very nice. This is all categories. So what we could do is make the second tab the active tab, right? And then change recipes. We can call this categories. So you know you're on all categories. We could even put in, no, we won't. I'll say we could put in the category name. We'll do that over here. So let's do that right now. So this should go home now. So first tab is going to come here. It's going to link to home because it says home. You guys can change this. I mean, go wherever you guys want it to go. So home goes to home, categories goes to nowhere because it's here. So second tab, there's no action. It's current. And then profile, we still haven't built that out just yet. So let's go and do something cool over here. Let's go ahead and highlight our bottom navigation, hold down tab and bring it over. And this is all recipes. So now tab 2 is still the current tab, except now it's all recipes. And then something cool we can do here is Alt, click, and drag. Now we can do, the second tab is still the active tab. We can do category name. We don't really want to do recipes for because that's going to be too long. But I mean, you could just put in the current category down here, category's name right there. So just say steaks or beef. But really, I'm thinking maybe what we want to do, because we're on this category and we're filtered down, maybe we don't want to do that. Sorry guys, I'm just thinking here. Let's just keep it recipes. They have the back arrow, which will go back to their last visited page, but also we want to be able to just send them back to recipes if we want to. So we can come up here, we can just go back to recipes. So yeah, I think that I like that better. That way it's not like active to whatever. Well, I guess that would be active, wouldn't it? So we're going to need another one. Sorry. Hold on. This is the cool thing about this. You can kind of structure it however you want to. So we're going to go the bottom navigation, the current is going to be third. Is going to be the selected one. This third tab right here is going to be, what were the dining options? We can do something like that. And then this could just be the current category's name. I don't know. It's just little things like that. So this wouldn't be clickable. There's no action. But if they want to go back to recipes, they have the option to click the second tab to go back to the recipes, which will take them here. They can also click the back button, but depending on whether or not they came from recipes or not, it may not go back to recipes. So we always want to make sure that the navigation is always kind of taken care of. So kind of cool right there. Now, what we want to do is, I just earned a fitness achievement on my watch, sitting here doing a tutorial. Nailed it. So we got that down. What do we want to do? We need to make some internal recipe detail pages, but for nowsies, let's go ahead and go back to our database real quick and just start knocking some of this out. Let's add a new collection, and we need a ingredients collection. Because that was spelled absolutely wrong. Let's go ahead and fix that. Can we not fix this? Edit name ingredients. Oh, Lord help us all. Okay, all right. Ingredients, nailed it. Boom. So we're gonna have a ingredient name. We're gonna have, I think in my case, I want to do ingredient image, just because it's like a little bit more customizable and kind of cute and fun. So let's call this ingredient image. We are getting into a lot of data here, so I think it should be fine because it'll be like current ingredients name. Yeah, that should be fine. But now we want to tie in an ingredient into a recipe, so we need a relationship to a recipe. Now we got to think about this. It's gonna be this one. An ingredient can have multiple recipes, and a recipe can have multiple ingredients. Because if you have chicken, salt, pepper, paprika, then those can belong to multiple recipes. It's not just like one recipe has bragging rights to one ingredient. So I think that's good, right? So let's go ahead and add some ingredients. And yes, I just so happen to have already made some ingredient icons here. I didn't make them. I downloaded them. So let's just start with some, let's just do some basil or basil. Yeah. I mean, you guys can see how like granular you can get with this thing. Let's do, this is the best one I could find in short notice. We'll do buns. So for like the hamburgers, and you can even do different icons. You can do hamburger buns and hot dog buns like you would actually kind of want to, or just like bread. And then you specify it in your steps or your instructions. Let's go chicken because you're going to need chicken to make chicken. There we go. I'm just trying to think here. I don't think we're going to do any quantities or measurements right now. Yeah, no, we're not going to. That would be crazy. Let's do eggs, flour, milk, oregano, and then we got some pasta, and you can like farfalle, and you can like fusilli, jerry, and all that kind of stuff. You can add like different icons for different pastas. Ideally, that's what you do. If you're building this for a client, you would want, like, it would be a huge thing. You'd want specific icons if that's the route you're going to go. So really expensive, but I think it's worth it in the end result. Obviously, you want salt, the spice of life, and then maybe, I don't know, a little thyme. Just a little thyme fixes everything. There we go. Done. So now we have our list of ingredients. Now, we're not tying any recipes to them just yet, so now let's go ahead and do that real quick. We know salt is going to go with like basically every one of them. So that's why we did the many to many in the relationship. If it was anything other than many to many, we wouldn't be able to comma separate this. Like vegetable soup is going to take salt. It would only allow one value here. It wouldn't allow multiple. But because this allows multiple, and because it goes with everything, basically we can do like every recipe, because every single recipe on here is going to be salty. Oh yeah, 9 recipes. Thyme is going to be, you just kind of like, maybe thyme would be good in soup. I don't know. Fried steak. Sure, let's stick some thyme on there. Maybe some rosemary as well. I don't know why I don't have that. Maybe, I don't know, roast it off in a pan first with some sweated onions. We don't have onions either. Anyway, I'm getting hungry. Baked chicken wings. We can put some thyme on there. Sure, why not? Fried chicken? Your grilled chicken? Sure, yep. Whatever, you guys. I mean, you guys can see this. And black pepper, this is where you start like building out your back end. Vegetable soup, everything takes pepper too, because salt and pepper is like really all you need with beef, honestly, you guys. Surprisingly, I actually do know a lot about cooking. That's kind of my side passion. This one, I mean, this will go with pasta. You could add pasta to vegetable soup. Obviously spaghetti, but it's not spaghetti pasta. That's where I was talking about getting like specific icons made up. So that's probably pretty good right there. Oregano, that's just gonna be like spaghetti and maybe some soup. Milk, that's gonna be good for anything fried. Not this, but the fried chicken, we'll use that. A little bit of egg. Flour, make a little roux for our soup maybe, with some flour and a little bit of fat. Spaghetti, if you are going to be making your own pasta, which, whatever. Fried chicken, definitely for the dredge. Eggs, fried steak, bolognese, yeah, we can go right there. And then, where is it? Fried chicken for sure. And obviously, you guys, this is like, chicken is going to go not in vegetable soup, not in that. It's going to go with grilled chicken. It's going to be fried chicken. My eye's going to go in cross-eyed. I don't know if you guys are or not. The bun, that would be good for like the burgers. Beef slider and the cheeseburger. And then basil and, I don't know, vegetable soup. And then like Grilled chicken would be really good. A little bit of basil in there as well. I don't know. Just tomato. There you go. So now we've got the ingredients set out. It's tied to recipes. So very, very nice. Now, we're doing the boring stuff first because it's like the most important stuff. And again, you guys are going to have to figure out how it's going to be structured on your end. This is like, I'm just kind of showing you guys how stuff works here. It's not like fully, truly thought out and structured, but it is-ish. It will work. So this is where it gets kind of tricky, and there may be a better way to do this. These are the instructions. So I'm just going to call these like step 1, and I'm going to do like, we need to associate this with a recipe, right? So like, let's just do fried chicken. So for the fried chicken, we're going to pound out, you know, the chicken. So it is flat. I mean, I'm not actually like building out these recipes for you guys to make. I'm just kind of showing you stuff. So just a little bit of stuff in here. Step 2, you're gonna need to add this back to the fried chicken. So there may be, like I said, there may be a better way to do this. I just couldn't think of it like right off the cuff. So we're gonna associate it with a recipe. So these will be steps associated for that recipe. So just keep that in mind when you're like filling in and creating the recipes in the background. So I'm gonna finish adding some of these. Okay, so, and we're back. So obviously, dude, it took 6 minutes to do this. Holy cow. I was trying to think of what to say. I mean, you can get your recipes anywhere. You can go to ChatGPT and grab recipes from there and then get the instructions on that. I just kind of hand type these real quick. And just for the sake of time, I'm just going to do this once. We're just going to do fried chicken so we can view it on the front end. But I wanted to do that, get the instructions made just for the sake of, you know, building out the front end here. So now, we have made are we missing any records? We have basically the entire database all filled out and kind of related to each other. That's all set. Cool. So individual recipes, you click on one, it needs to go to its own recipe page. That's the case as well for this down here. This needs to go to its own recipe page. So let me think real quick how we're going to do this. This is going to be recipe there. So we need to add an action here. And yeah, so we need to go ahead and make a recipe detail. So under all recipes or down here, doesn't really matter. Let's just come down here. Let's add our action that we've been talking about for a little while. We're going to create a new screen. And this one, I think I'm just going to do a blank screen. It's not a list. Intro info maybe. Something like this wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, let's just do this. We'll just call this recipe details. We're going to create that screen. So that is now linked and it's going to bring in the current recipe data. So we're going to go ahead and hit done. We'll come over here and check it. So we can kind of build this out. It should know the database is going to be current recipes image, right? Yeah. And then this stuff down here, this button, remember that we did make that, if we come here to the button, add an action, we can link to a website, and then we made that current recipes URL. So this would be like buy your shopping list or buy your ingredients or something like that. So that's just kind of whatever. And then we can just like something like that. And then something like this, open and new. There we go. So that's going to take them off and that's going to go to like different places. So we've got this recipe details right here. I think we want the current recipe name right here just to make it a little more intuitive. Current recipe's name. And again, you guys, the back button, this navigation can go wherever you want it to go. It's just defaulted to back. So depending on how you got to the recipe screen, in this case, it was from here, the home page. But maybe you want to go back and you want to see like all the recipes. So I think maybe that's what we'll do. Left icon, we're just going to do this link. Instead of back, we're going to go to recipes. There we go. And then right shawl, we can grab this. We can make this taller, and then we can go ahead and grab this and bring this over. First tab is going to be home. That still goes to home. Second tab is going to be all recipes. It does go to recipes. Third, we can just turn this off and then profile. It's still a thing that we need to do. So Cool. So one of the things I want to do, I kind of want to build this out just a little bit of design before we get too much further. So let's go to simple. And let's bring over a rectangle. And I think this is really cool. I did this before. Let's go and bring it all the way over to the side. And bring this all the way over to the side. Takes the full width. Let's bring it up just a little bit. And then we can round I don't know, we can round this off. Like maybe, I don't know. Right there-ish. Something like that. And then we can make it white. And then this, we can come up here and arrange. We can bring the front so it's always on top. And then just like that, we've got this cute little, design right there. Really, really cool. So what we want to do then, I'm thinking maybe we want to get rid of all this placeholder text. And we just want this to be the recipe name as well. So current recipe's name. And we'll stick that right there. Yeah. And then I want to do an icon over here. So if we search for icon, I think maybe that's not the same size. Okay, that's fine. We just had it. There it is. Oh, get in there. There you go. Yeah, we can do something like this. Yeah. And then we can do like a bookmark or something like that. Yeah. So then when a user clicks this, it favorites this recipe to their user account, which we haven't created just yet, but you can see how it's kind of playing out here. So recipe name, this is the recipe's image. I don't know if we want to crop it just yet or not. We'll work on that. So now let's go ahead and bring over a simple. Let's bring over one of those lines we were dealing with earlier. And I kind of want to keep it just like that. Just kind of separate some of the areas here. Yeah, I love it. Another thing I want to do, it might be kind of cool if we come over here and we grab another simple. If we grab another rectangle and bring it down like a lot. Like I'm talking like, if we edit styles on this, maybe 70. Yeah, and make this really rounded, which, how can we not? Oh yeah, right here. If we make this like a pill look, yeah, I think that looks really good. We can bring this kind of up just a little bit. Right there's probably pretty good. And we could change the color of these. But what I want to do, let me just see here. I'm thinking maybe if I'm going to Alt, Shift, click this over, copy these over. And this is going to be for calories, fat, carbs, and proteins. So getting the sizing here is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit interesting. I think we can technically do this. There should be a way to like make a group. And now we can do, I thought there was a way to like space evenly. I know there is. It's not perfect, but something like that. And then we can like change these colors as well. Like we could do fun colors. We could do like that. We could do the color it is. Kind of associate the different macros with different colors. I don't know. It's just designy thing. It doesn't need to be this way. Just to like differentiate each one. These colors are like terrible. They're not good at all, but it is, it's fine. We're just playing around with it. That's all we're doing. We're just playing. So let's go and bring this down. Let's go ahead and make this text quite a bit smaller, like maybe 13. Maybe even smaller. We'll see. But if we bring it up here now, we can center it on there. And actually, let's center the text. Bam. And this one's going to be calories. So what we're going to do then is come over here to our magic text, current recipes calories. And then we can do like, let's just do this. Let's just put it after. That should be fine. I think maybe we want to go down to 11, maybe even 10. I don't know. We'll find it. We'll figure it out. We'll check it on the front end. I don't know. It's like wrapped right here, but let's go back to universe view real quick just so we can zoom back in one less. Perfect. Nailed it. All right, so let's go ahead and Alt drag this. And this one's going to be, let's see, calories. Let's just do fat. Current recipes fat. And let's put a G on there for grams, and we'll just call it fat. And then, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. This will be carbs. So we go current recipes carbs. This is just pulling in the dynamic data. Oh, yeah. And then protein, right? So current recipes protein and G protein. Cool. Y'all, I want to do something a little bit cool here. First, let's just bring over a list. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this kind of stuff. Let's go a simple list. We'll stick it right here. Get over there. There you go. And then this, is this group? This is all grouped. Yeah, it is. Let's go ahead and ungroup this. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that and just have the button down here. Yeah, so this list here is going to be, I think I want this to be instructions. Let's do instructions. No, let's do ingredients first. So ingredients, and we're going to, it's not going to be all ingredients. It's going to be current recipes ingredients. And then there's not going to be a need for, let's see, that's just bringing in an ingredient name. Yeah, there's no need for a subtitle here because it's just going to be ingredient. Though you could put amounts and subtitle. I think for now we're just going to leave it here. And on the left is going to be avatar, current ingredients, ingredient image should be fine. Yeah, so this will need some work. The subtitle will be like amounts, like, 3 teaspoons of salt or whatever it is. 1 pinch of salt. That'll change per recipe. But so we've got the image, we've got the recipe name up here, we have the name here. Ability to favorite it, which, we're not going to do just yet because we haven't made the user profile. These guys, I'm thinking maybe 80. Is 80 good? That may be too much. I just want to make sure there's enough, padding between the words and everything. So now that, let's make sure this, make sure this lines up to the outside of our app right there. There we go. And then this guy goes, I think that's probably fine. And then this guy's going to go right here. I don't know, something like that. And then we click this and shift click that. I really thought there was a way to align. Let's have to shift. Let's have to click. Yeah, okay. Anyway, there you go. Wow, the riveting content on this channel. I think right there is good, and then right here is good as well. We're going to do something in this space real quick, but let's check it. Let's just preview it real quick. We should have something at this point that works-ish. So now, we've linked these up. So now when I click, we've already established clicking on all recipes. We need to put an S on there. It takes us to the recipes page, but now if we click on one of these, let's go to fried chicken. Yeah. So now we bring in the image, fried chicken up here, fried chicken here, the ability to favorite it here. These need to be realigned a little bit. Okay. But then we got our list of ingredients down here, and the subtitle would be how much of each, which is really cool. And then our buy ingredients down here, which actually does go to an external page. Very, very nice. Check it. And our back button, in this case, goes back to all recipes, which we haven't tied, we haven't linked anything just yet. Cool. So that is actually a thing that is actually working. So maybe, do we need to just center them right there? Is that what needs to happen? And then preview, scroll down, fried chicken. What? Okay, a little bit of design work that needs to happen there. All right, better. Still a little bit of work, but it's getting better. You guys can kind of see what I'm going for right there. Just cute little whatever, pills and that kind of stuff. So if we grab this is where I'm going to spend most of my time jacking this up. I'm not going to stress over it. So that is centered right there. This one is now centered there. This one is centered, and this one is centered. Cool. So we did that. Let's do something kind of cool. Let's go back out to the universe view right there. Let's go ahead and duplicate this page. So hold left alt, click and drag. And then we got 2 different versions right here. And we're going to do something kind of cool. We're going to do different filters. Custom tabs down here. So instead of doing it all on one page, where it's going to be kind of an overload, if, on the database calls, if we do it all on the same page, we can do it 2 separate pages. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. So this guy right here, let's go ahead and edit this, and let's go ahead and append. We'll go, this one's for ingredients. We'll call it filter, ingredients filter. in this one, just stay with me here, you guys. Recipe details, because it's both recipe details, and this one's going to be instruction filter. So what we're going to do, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab a simple right here, because there's no like default tabs element. So let's come down here and maybe go like 150 maybe, or like 40. It's kind of, I mean, it's up to, you know, whatever design you're looking for. We can go ahead and round this off. Let's go ahead and really round it. I don't know, maybe not that much, just so it looks a little bit different. And then this one we're going to give a different color. Maybe do, it doesn't really matter. I mean, really, honestly, I would probably do a dark theme on this and then just do like a subtle difference, but we'll go with this for now. So then we can bring in some text right here, and we can make it the width of this. We can come here, we can centerize this. So this will be ingredients. So what I'm doing here is, this is the best way I found to do it. I mean, like I said, there's probably other ways to do it, but this is the best way I found. So basically what I'm doing is I'm building out a click function to filter down this. I'll show you real quick. So now this, if we duplicate this and we bring it right there, and we do this, right, and then this will be instructions. You guys see what I'm doing here? And it may be, I don't like these colors. I'm thinking maybe like that. You want a different, you want like two separate colors so we can mirror them on the other side. So whichever one's active has the main color. So let's actually do this. So we'll just do that, and then this one becomes super light and maybe a little bit darker, so you know to click on it like this. I think that'll work fine. Yeah. So now this one, we need to go ahead and put a click event on, or an action. So we're going to link to the recipe details instruction filter, this guy, which is exact duplicate of this page. However, we're going to bring over these guys, Alt and Shift, and bring over right there-ish, around there, and right there. I don't know if that's actually lined up or not. We got to do this little weird thing. Yeah, so now if we do this, riveting content in this one, you guys, but, you know, stuff has to get done. So there's that. Now, because we're on up here, the instruction filter, then we want this guy to take on the main color, and this one goes back to this color. See? So when you click this one, you're here on the ingredients. When you click this one, you get brought over here. Now this instruction does not have a click event or an action, but ingredients does. So now ingredients, we're going to add an action link, and we're going to go back to recipe details ingredients, so just back here. So we should be able to toggle between the two. It's very important that you get these pills lined up and the buttons lined up correctly. So when you're on this page, we'll come down here to the fried chicken. This, when we click on instructions. Oh, also there's another step we need to do. You'll see it right now. Yeah. We want no transition on this button. So here under transition push, we're going to do none, as well as this guy here, transition push none. So now when we look at it, it should just like, yeah. So the buttons aren't fully lined up, but now you see what I'm doing, right? And because we duplicated this, this is the wrong thing. We want this to be instructions, and we want it to be current recipes instructions right there. This is ingredients, current recipes, ingredients, yeah. So I think these guys need to come up like literally like one, maybe over even, but let's check that out real quick. Come down here to fried chicken. So we got the ingredients for this recipe, right? And the instructions are going to be step, yeah, all this. So we need to sort the steps, and we also need to update We need to remove the image, and then we need to update the subheading. Cool. So that actually works. So this is going to be instruction step. Let's go ahead and sort it real quick. Custom filter sorting. Let's go A to Z. That should do step 1, step 2. Yeah. Subtitle is what we need. And this is going to be the instruction, the actual instruction of this. Left section, we're going to turn it off because we don't need, there's no icons or images for this. Let's check that out real quick. You see how easy this is? Like, this is crazy easy. It just takes a little bit of time, but for the most part, I mean, it's pretty simple. Yeah. Ingredients, instructions, boop. Okay. All right. Cool. So we need to scoot this over a little bit, and we also need to add wrapping. So very nice. Let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there is, let's see here. Where is it? Probably under subtitle. 1 line right here. We can go 1 line, 2 lines, no max. So however long it is, it's going to extend that section. We'll show it right now, right here. Fried chicken, instructions. It doesn't run off the page. It actually fills this out. And then buy ingredients right there. Very nice. Now, we could keep it from running off too far. We could keep it all structured right there. So let's do it real quick. Grab this. We'll bring this in just so it's right there. We scooted this one over a little bit. Just because there's no icon, so we want it to line up to these guys over here. I mean, there are spacing things to figure out. Obviously, we'd take care of all that. Like, these buttons aren't fully lined up. You can see these kind of come up and to the right just a little bit. But there you have it. You got your steps to the recipes. They're sorted. You got the instructions, ingredients. You go back to the ingredients. We need to add, like, how much of each one. I'm not going to go into that. That's something that you guys can add. You've got to add a quick view, the macros for each one. You can even change the colors of them. So if you wanted, like, this one's too dark on there, you can come here and change this to white or a light gray. Right. Yeah. Sweet. I'm just showing fried chicken because I just put in the time. See, so you can, like, get a better, view, accessibility with the contrast with the different colored backgrounds. And, obviously all the colors can change. This is just like structural layout. This is over too far. But you guys get it. So now here we can click this. This navigates us back to recipes. And profile, we still need to build that out. This goes home. Brings us back here. As we've seen, we've tied in the category clicking. It shows recipes for this category. We click into one of these. We need to tie that in right now. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So on the recipes, go back out to universe view real quick. Recipes from categories. This is kind of its own thing over here. Let's come to the all recipes right here. And let's see here. Do we have any click on this? No. Yeah, so now what we need to do is we just need to add an action on the recipe to go. It's going to link to recipes. We can probably just do, I mean, recipe details is what we want to link to, but probably default to the recipe details ingredients filter because it's the first one. A push animation on that, bring over the current recipe, just kind of normal stuff. So it's just kind of tying this stuff in now. So if we're on the all recipes tab down here, or menu item, which doesn't work on the home page, so we come down here, second tab needs to link to recipes. There we go. Now it will preview. So if we come down here to recipes now, we click on one of these, any of these, this will go to vegetable soup, right? Pretty sweet. I didn't do any instructions for these because I got too lazy, but now clicking back, you can go into steaks or grilled, grilled veggies and whatever words. Yeah. So in the next video, we're going to tie in the user profile. We can add bookmarks. We can add favorites. And then on the user profile, how we can edit the user profile, add, edit and remove favorites and that kind of stuff. So stick around. Once again, you guys, thank you so very much for being here today. I really appreciate it. Let me know if this is helpful for you guys. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Welcome to the Goodish family. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. So until next time, this is the Goodish Techie signing out. Goodbye.